Hello everybody, this is Lorenzo Perella. I'm coming at you now for Spring Computer Science 110. It's been a while since I last did this, or computer science in general, but the main thing to do is this is the take-home quiz 2, and my explanation of each problem and how the code works. Okay, number 1. We use the sum accumulator and a for loop for the range statement to find the sum of the even integers from 140 to 581 inclusive. Inclusive simply means that it includes all the even integers from 140 to 581, and since 581 is not even, then we don't include it. And then we have to print it out as such. Now, what we do first is we initialize the sum accumulator here, which for s equals 0. Now, then we start the for loop, which illustrates that for q, in this case it's q, we can make it whatever, in the range of 140, 581, and 2, which goes the starting value, the end value, and how much we're going to jump to each value. And since we're doing even values, it's going to be 2. Then we have to update here the sum accumulator. And finally, we print the statement, the sum of even integers from 140 to 589 inclusive is s. Then we need to reinitialize it in order to prove our point. In this case, we're going to do a smaller amount of the numbers, just from 140 to 196. Do the same thing before, and we go forward from there. Second, we have to write a code to solicit 4 numbers from us, the user, and print out the sum of those values squared together. Now, this is the tricky part, and it's important to note. In the first problem here, you can see that the print statement is all the way over here. That means that we are just going to print one line, and that's going to be the answer. And then for the second part, we illustrated that it's going to show for each and every time the sum accumulator is updated. That same idea is going to be applied here, and we're going to use the for loop 4 times. In this case, we just need to put the amount of times that we're going to do this, which is 4. From there, we do say kappa is input, enter these values one at a time, 7, 35, 221, so forth. And then we need to make sure that k is a float. Well, you see, this is a decimal point, and a float value allows for that value to be accumulated. If it were just not there, it would accumulate, it would just whole value integers, and they wouldn't be able to recognize it in Python. From there, we say the sum of these numbers squared is, and then we print each of those times. That just gives a space in between for clarity. Finally, what we have is some extra credit in that we find the sum of 1 minus 3, and so forth to the 40 times to 40 decimal places. And it's pretty much the same idea. It's initial value 39. And then from there you have a print statement. The value of the equation of 40 times the 40 decimal place is round 4. Now to make sure this all runs properly, we go up to idle run module. Sorry about that, it was a little off. But as you can see, it sums all the integers from 140 to 581, and the inclusive value is here. Then, that's for outside the print outside. Sorry, what I mean to say is the print statement is outside of the for loop. The second part is inside it, so it'll update each and every time we change it. Now down here, what we have here is when we enter 7, we get 49. Now 35, we have 49 plus the square root of 35. That becomes 1,274. Then we do 221, 7, 6, 5, 4.3. Now in the last one, you do notice that the value is not correct, and that I'll admit. However, the format is valid, is correct in the sense that we're doing it to four decimal places and that it can be seen. Since this is just extra credit, I'm more just illustrating that the point in order to get to four decimal places that you want to round that value to 4. If I wanted to, I could fix it and everything else like that, and I get like a really, really small number and all that. But for the sake of like this piece, we really just need to focus on the main parts and just understand the essence of what we're talking about. So I thank you for tuning in today. This has been my quiz 2 for Spring Computer Science 110. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time. Bye.